Runaways is back. I'm guessing the reason why it's back from hiatus would probably be because of the new television show. They started to make a Runaways TV show, so I'm guessing with interest building up, they decided to continue Runaways, something that I'm very excited for. When we last left the Runaways, they just defeated some zombies in the volume Rock Zombies. And then two characters, the leaders of sorts, Nico and Chase, they were kidnapped by a villain and put in a sort of battle royale situation which scarred them. And the Runaways sort of scattered off after that. So this story is written by Rowell, and she did a really good job. This series so far is fantastic. It captures the same sort of youthful energy. The art by Kris Anka is really good. It's very expressive faces, simple line work, simple coloring. It doesn't go too far into the action in terms of writing. It goes into a sort of more of a drama. So Runaways Volume 1 is called Find Your Way Home. It starts with a really intense thing that sort of brings back an old character, and then they decide they have to bring back the Runaways. Each of the Runaways are sort of scattered. If you're not familiar with the story of Runaways, I should probably go over it. Basically, there's this group of friends, and they only meet up once a year because their parents get together for a boring charity event fundraiser. However, one day they decide to spy on their parents, and they find out that their parents are actually all villains. They have a group, they're called the Pride, and they actually run Los Angeles with an iron fist because they make a deal with the Gibberum. And so every year they have to sacrifice a virgin's blood in order to appease these gods, and the ritual gets interrupted when the teenagers find out that their parents are supervillains. So every child has a pair of parents, and every pair of parents has a theme. Chase's parents are mad scientists. Gert's parents are time travelers. Molly's parents are mutants. Nico's parents are magic people, like bad magic people, I guess. Carolina's parents are aliens. And then later on they introduce more characters here and there. So this series, you'll probably be kind of lost if you haven't read the original series. That's probably one of the drawbacks of this series. In terms of tone, it's perfect. It fits us. It almost feels like an old friend has come over. And the sequel it's not a reboot, it's an actual sequel. So they even like reference Murder World and Avengers Academy when Nico and Chase got kidnapped. And they also bring the gang back together. They have to go out and get everyone else that's been either they go back to their normal lives, so they have to sort of rebond and reconnect with everyone. The writing's very low-key. It's not action-packed, but it's supposed to be, and it's in tune with the characters. That's what I really liked. The artwork's also really enjoyable. The series keeps into the sort of nature and the youthfulness of the Runaways. Keeps really in tune with the old series. I think Brian K. Vaughan would be very pleased if he were to read this series since he invented it. So definitely would check out Runaways, but only if you've read the original volumes. And you probably can skip Avengers Academy because it's not really relevant, but if you want to have the full-on experience of Runaways, and let's say you watch the show and you love it, you have to check out the original volumes first. And if you're a super fan, then read Avengers Academy, and then the new Runaways sequel. So I really enjoyed this series. As a fan of Runaways, you'll definitely be pleased if you read the first two volumes. Bring on Volume 3.